Hello, welcome back. It's been a week or so, or a little bit longer since my last video, and I promised I would do a video again this week. I'm going to try and do one at least every week, maybe even more. I am 12 days post-op today. I am feeling really good. I'm feeling pretty good. It's been tough, but not as hard as I thought it would be. I'm like super proud of myself because I have just of what I've kind of achieved in the last 2 weeks especially. So the first video I talked about a bit about my story, my background, and why I was doing this. And I think this week I'll talk a little bit about the actual process that I went through. So I went in for my surgery on the Tuesday, and I'd never undergone general anesthetic or anything like that before, so this was my first time. And it was really strange waking up from it because you're kind of like in the middle of this asleep awake, and I kept falling asleep a lot, and all the noises of all the machines and everything was a bit scary for me, and started to sort of make me feel a little bit anxious, but the nurses that were there reassured me and made me feel good. I got up and was still on the drip, so I had to wait for the drip to finish, but I got up and I sort of went out of the bed and walked to a chair for recovery when the boys came in to visit, and I could sort of, as soon as I just had to essentially wait for the drip to finish, and then I could leave and come home. So my first night, like I said, had gas pains that went away the next day, and then for the next day I was really nauseous, and then after that it got so much better. I did not have any pain. I didn't have any nausea. I kept taking the meds as I was instructed to do. I was on clear liquid only, but not feeling hungry at all, so it was not hard. Just kind of following the instructions that I had been given from the team to follow, which was really good. I finished taking the nausea meds and anything for the cramping or pain or anything like that a couple of days later, and am now only taking my usual antidepressant and Nexium. So I'm on Nexium for like 2 months, and that's an anti sort of reflux medicine, but I think it also helps with the lining of the stomach. So I think it also has something to do with the healing, like protecting the stomach anyway. Last Sunday, not today, the one before, I went on to full liquid diet, so I was able to go back to shakes and have some more substance in my soups, and that's been really good. I've tried to be, a little bit adventurous with it. And it's been pretty good. It's not too bad. I think the biggest challenges for me have been wanting a particular flavor and not being able to pinpoint exactly what that is, or just kind of being over sweet things. So like what I mean by sweet is Trico's come to star in this video. Like shakes. So, it was kind of shake water, berry flavored electrolyte water. The Optifast desserts, sweet again. So they're all, while it's not super sweet like chocolate and things would be, it's still sweet. So tried to balance that out with the types of soups I was having. So we had pumpkin soup, which was delicious. Thanks to Jocelyn for making that. We tried the beer and cheese soup, which was really different but really nice. And I've just been trying to change up all the different types of soups that I'm having. This is definitely the most challenging part because it's been so long since I've had, it's been so long since I've had solid food now that, I miss the crunch of a food, like the crunch of food. So it's kind of a texture thing. There's not anything that I'm particularly craving. Like, I don't really feel hungry. And I think the weirdest part is just thinking, did they really do anything to my stomach? That's what you just have these weird thoughts. But then when you have, a quarter of a cup of soup and you feel full, then so I'm feeling really good. I am not so focused on the numbers on the scales. They're not really budging at all this week, but I've read that it's pretty common to kind of have a sort of stall in terms of the numbers on the scale for a couple of weeks. And I think that's probably, the body adjusting to the surgery, your stomach, all sorts of things that probably go into that. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm feeling really good. I am staying on track for the eating, and I think there's just a number of things have been improving. I feel like my, I feel happy. I feel like I have more energy. My sleep has been better. Just lots of things that that I was kind of struggling with before, and I'm feeling a lot better about it now. I wanted to talk a little bit about, so I've joined a bunch of Facebook groups. I've also done a whole bunch of research. There's some Reddit groups that I'm in, and I just wanted to shed some light on some of the things that I kind of notice when I'm in there. And there's a lot of people who talk about, speaking with family members about their decision to do this. And I've been lucky so far to not have come across this from anyone that I've spoken to, and I've gotten some really positive feedback from my video and my blog, which is really cool. And I love that I can share my story and maybe inspire some people. But a lot of the times people are saying that they hear people say, they've taken the easy way out. It's, that they're doing it the easy way. I don't think there's anything easy about this. I feel like I'm one of the anomalies in this situation where it was kind of easy for me. And I think that's because I have really good willpower. I don't really have an addictive personality. So I wasn't coming into this with a food addiction like many people who do this are. I'm very strong. I'm very strong-willed. I'm a very determined person. They're some of my biggest qualities, and I think that's helped me a lot. So I think, me coming on here and saying, it's easy and everything, it's been easier than what I had anticipated for me, but it is still hard. It would be so much easier to go on a normal diet, and it would be so much easier to count calories. It would be so much easier to do it that way. This is not the easy way. You put your body through so much, first of all, by going in and having a surgery. Second of all, it's such a massive mental game to get through when you have to start thinking about what you're consuming. So because your stomach is smaller, it's not just, you can just eat less of the same foods. Yes, you can, and that's fine. But you have to also start thinking about the fuel for your body. So because your stomach is smaller, because you have smaller portions, that means your body is taking in less minerals. That means multivitamins for life. That means that when you're eating, you have to make sure that you're getting enough you need to get your dailies amounts worth of protein, which means you have to be really cautious or think hard about what you're putting into your body to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients, to make sure you're getting the right amount of protein. No amount of dieting ever focuses that much. You need to make sure you stay hydrated. You need to make, lesson I learned, you need to make sure that you have fiber, and you're getting fiber. You're getting fiber from things that you're eating, or you're taking fiber supplements. What I went through the other day was not easy. I do not call that easy. It's disheartening to see that there are people out there who think that people have had this surgery are taking the easy way out. There's nothing easy about it. And I think aside from the fact that for me, I'm on 3 weeks of full liquid before I can even go to a puree. I still have to go shopping for the rest of my family and do groceries for the rest of my family. So going into a supermarket even, and you can smell the smells, and you can smell the food, and you can, and I don't have a food addiction. Like just knowing that I can't have that because I don't want to damage the healing process of my stomach. It's not anything to do with a diet to try and lose weight. It's making sure that the healing process is working well with my stomach. Knowing that, not cutting off my family from still being able to have what they want. So, the other night they made burgers, they had homemade burgers, and sure, I love a burger, but I know I can't do it. There's this game that you play with yourself in your mind. But then the other side to it as well is the kind of stigma around, oh, you had weight loss surgery. There's so much that people are putting up with. This is not the easy way at all, in no way, shape or form. So I think to anyone out there who wants to say to people that just because they have had weight loss surgery, they've taken an easy way out, it's not easy at all. And I think those people who've decided to go down this path are really brave for the decision that they've made. I still wish that people would not be so focused on the number on the scale as they are, because that happens a lot. I wish that people wouldn't be so focused on, the people who are a few months to years down the track that, the stomach is healed now, and they're not so focused on trying to heal their stomach. Don't be so hard on yourself when you go out with friends and have a meal. It's much smaller portion. You're still doing the right thing. For those who are just, a few months post-op, and I see lots of posts around, can I eat this? Should I eat that? And then a lot of people comment, or people will even show their meal and show what they're having, and then people will comment about, oh, you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't have that. I don't think people should comment on what other people are eating and what they should or shouldn't eat. They've probably worked with a dietitian or a nutritionist, but not only that, they're making that decision for themselves. If you feel comfortable, if you're reaching your goals, if you feel healthy, if you feel good, then eat it. Don't judge, and like to the people who are saying, you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't eat that, don't judge someone based on what they've eaten and what they've decided to post to share with other people. I love seeing the posts from people where they show that they're still having normal, smaller but normal food, normal meals. It makes it seem a lot more achievable for someone like me who is a full-time working mum who I can't cook, and I'm reliant on other people, but also I have a social life. I like to go out and spend time with my family and my friends, and I don't want to be that person who is like, oh, I can't go because everyone's going to go eat and what am I going to have? I know that sometimes it's a slippery slope for people back to their bad habits, but I think that's where a really good team behind you and making sure that you're working with dietitians and the psychologists and stuff through this process, if you're one of those, kind of people who will slip back into those habits. I think the biggest thing for people is they just need to start treating themselves with a lot more kindness. They need to be a lot more kind to themselves. And that would be my biggest takeaway this week of, reading a lot of these posts, and people are so hard on themselves. And then when they put something up to show that they're, celebration or proud, and then other people are going in and commenting and putting it down, it's hard. And I think they're not making things easier for those people. So I think this week, if everyone can kind of practice a little bit more mindfulness and kindness, that would be really cool. Keeping it short this week, I had my surgeon appointment checkup. He was really happy with my progress. I am still 129 kilos. However, my waist circumference, which I didn't measure, but they did measure at the clinic for me, and I totally forgot about it, was there was 8 centimeters difference. So it's not something that I'm super focused on, but shows that there's been progress and it's motivating. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, hopefully I'll share some more recipes, and I'll share some more text posts and stuff with you, and then I'll do another video next week. So thanks for checking in.